Good day. Well, today it is right now about 14 degrees, so 13 degrees cooler than yesterday at this time, if you can believe it. I'm back on this Terwillegar trail, or the trail that takes you to Terwillegar, and quite a bit quieter today at this time anyways. It's about 1 in the afternoon, so thought I would get out here. Left ankle is stiffened right up after yesterday's stairs and elevation changes, so need to get out here and loosen it up. Quite a bit windier today too, as you can tell, so let's get after it. I'm wearing practically the same attire as I did yesterday, a thicker t-shirt and jeans, black jeans, but at 14 degrees more appropriate than when I was walking around like this at 27. I did bring a small bottle of water with me. It's sitting in the truck. Won't do me any good on the walk, but at least I'll have something there to quench my thirst when I get back. I tried to go across the Henday over there. There's farmers' fields and a path, but it's all the oil battery and some oil wells and lots of do not enter signs, so I chose not to go there. The gate was open though. Isn't that an invitation to go in there? Probably not. That is much warmer out of the wind. I think without the wind it would probably be 20 degrees. Lots of people jogging along here. I don't know if it's a jogging club or something, but probably 10 or 12 people have passed me. Not sure how far I'll go today. Yesterday, in a way, was pretty grueling with all those stairs and elevation changes up and down. And this trail does some of the same. Once you get down to the river valley, though, it's kind of flat. Everything's greening up nicely, though. Well, after my walk yesterday, I continued on with the endless saga of my Jeep. I reversed that bolt that holds the steering shaft onto the rack, and weirdly, when I took it apart and put it back together this time, it took me all of 20 minutes, whereas the last time it took me, I swear, an hour and a half to get it off and then get it back on again. So happy days for that. So that's fixed. But ever since I put it back together, I've noticed it's dripping something, and it's something oily. So I'm hoping it's not, after all that, the power steering lines are leaking, or my new rack leaks, or when I accidentally pulled out the drive shaft and put it back, that it damaged that seal. I hope it's not that, but something else to check on. Why are you doing me so dirty, Jeep? Okay, instead of crossing over to the Terwillegar area, I am going to take the trail less taken here and see what this is all about. See if it's a big bust or not. It's been used quite a bit, but it's obviously not a maintained trail. Let's see where this takes us. I have to tread carefully through here with my weak ankle, or sore ankle. Kind of weakens it a bit, and last thing I need to do is roll it over. Uneven trails is the worst for me. Really got to think about where I'm stepping. I guess that way would take me to the fence line of the solar farm there. Let's just keep ducking into the trees here, get out of the wind a bit. Looks like some beaver activity in here. Guess they're around somewhere. Never actually see them, but then I don't get that close to the river on these trails a lot. It's usually covered by brush like that. Not sure if this trail will get me down to the river or not. Let's see if we can get a little view of the river here. It's a bit of a trail to the bank. Yeah, lots of brush along here. Big pile of mud and branches over there. Maybe this is a trail that the beaver uses to get to the trees to chew them down. A lot of these are just chewed right off. Interesting. Let's see if we can get down there and see what we see. Interesting. No real trail along the river here. You couldn't tell at Devon, but this flow is pretty good right now. All kinds of little paw prints in that mud. Still a lot of ice in there, so I guess maybe the river just pushed this up here. Okay, well, let's carry on back to the trail. Yeah, climbing this hill, I can sure feel it in my ankle. This must have been where this type of walking must have been what did the damage. Let's try and stay as flat as we can here. Well, this took us to the edge of the solar farm here. Let's just keep making a loop, I guess. There's no loop on this trail, so I'll just end up coming back the way I started, but that's okay. Lots of sun today for those panels to gobble up. Well, I guess I hit the end of the line. I don't want to run into Sasquatch and his bike. So I'm just going to turn around and go back the way we came. I did see an offshoot trail going into the trees that I might take. I kind of thought this would dead end somewhere. They don't want you too close to the solar farm, and I think if you carry on north that way, you'll come across the water treatment plant. Is this the trail? Or is this an animal trail? Well, let's go in a bit and see where it takes us. Yeah, I'm not so sure this was a man-made trail. Mind you, it gets wider here, a bit clearer. The clearing has kind of closed in on me now. Well, I made it back to the river's edge through some brambly bushes. Oh, look at that big dirty snowbank there still. Well, hopefully I can find a little trail that I don't have to come back that way, because that was pretty prickly. Well, there might be sort of a trail in here. Worst case, I'll just go back the way I came. Lots of dead brush in here. This is definitely the trail less taken. I should have turned back long ago. I'm committed now. This must be like what it's like to be an explorer, right? Before everything was plowed over and trails made. As I stumble over my feet. It's nice how it gets clear for a minute and then you're right back into the bushes. Found a little trail here to get out of this brush down here. Just too thick. And then there's chewed off small trees. That looks like what the beavers left behind. And you just end up stumbling all over them. Good thing everything's dry. Okay, back on the trail I started out on. Apparently it was dumb to get off the beaten path. With my sore ankle, I should have just been taking an easy path. But no, I got stupid, went into the bush, didn't turn around and come out of it the same way I went in, and ended up plowing through brambles and trees and prickly bushes and all that stuff. Traffic noise really carries with the wind. And out in the open here, it's nothing but wind. Get some big clouds like that just totally block out the sun. The wind has a bit of a chill to it if you were just sitting in it. Walking like this though, I'm enjoying it. Well, I'm just about back to where I left the main trail. It's good to take the trail that's less taken and see what's down here, but after this, I don't need to come back down here again. Well, let's just head over to the pedestrian bridge. So I think at the start of that, there's a little trail we can go up the hill a bit on the other side of the Mundane and just see what's there. Otherwise, we'll just start heading back up the hill to the truck. My foot is the old walk it off scenario ain't helping today. Yeah, let's see where this little dirt trail takes us. People on bikes like this trail, I see. Guess I better have my wits about me because I don't see any footprints here. I only see bicycle tire tracks. Well, it takes you down into a bit of a ravine there and then up on the other side. My ankle ain't up to that right now. And I did see a little trail in the trees that takes you up closer to the side of the highway. Don't know if you can get the perspective of this in a camera, but those things are huge. This is the kind of the area I was trying to get to through that oil battery site, but everything said no trespassing. Right now I'm on the tuck line here where all the utilities go. I'm just climbing this hill to see how high I can get before I got to turn back. Of course, I came up the hard way over there instead of following this nice green strip. This looks like a death ground for tree stumps. They must have cleared them out of the field or something and then stuffed them in the tree row here. Well, there's that oil battery I was trying to stay away from. I was going to park down there. There's a transmission or substation over there, and I was parked over there and saw a lot of do not enter signs. There were no signs coming up this way, surprisingly. My truck is parked back over there. I've done about 5 kilometers. You know what? I think I might chance it and just keep going that way. I already climbed the big hill, so I got my elevation change. Now it's just steps. Somebody was shooting targets out here. Hardly filming any of this part of the walk. It is so windy. It's got to be 20-30 kilometers steady. Of course it dies down when I turn the camera on. Well, that's good, I guess. Gotta be a lot of voltage in there, eh? You know, 220, 230, whatever it takes. If you ever seen the movie Mr. Mom from the 80s with Michael Keaton and Terry Garr, you'd get that reference, but it made me laugh, so that's okay. Okay, that's the very place I parked and saw the no trespassing sign on that gate and decided to not stay here, but here I ended up anyways. Hopefully I can figure out a way to get out of here. Climb the fence, I guess. Oh, look at that, I can just go around through the grass and go through that open gate. Well, whoever left that gate open is either still in there or was anxious to get out on a Friday. Now I need a lull in traffic here so I can get across the road to the trail. Oh, here's my chance. Run for it. Run, Forrest, run. Back to a civilized path. Oh, this hat fits pretty good, but I've almost lost it twice. So I guess a lot of people come up from the river valley where I went down originally. And you can cross over the Henday and head into that neighborhood on this path. You can get a long ways around the city on some of these trails for sure. Well, let's cross over the noisy Henday. I was going to take a video over the Henday on that bridge, but then I thought I might cause an accident. People think I'm a cop or something. They start hammering on their brakes. My camera does sort of look like a bit of a radar gun. My truck is parked down there, so it kind of made a full loop, sort of. Scoot across here real quick. People aren't big on slowing down or stopping for pedestrians. Ooh, nice and quiet down here. A little reprieve from the wind. Truck is just over there. Let's see how we did today. Okay, that was just over 7 kilometers, 7.17 kilometers, 10,200 steps, and that was an hour and 41 minutes. And my pace was, well, they said 15th fastest in 6 to 8 kilometer workouts. So it tries to pump you up and make you feel good, but I know the pace was bad, especially when I was breaking trail in the bushes there and that type of thing. And got some good climbing in. And what else? Fighting the wind the whole way too. So it was a good day though. 7 kilometers, not bad with the elevation changes. Until the next one.